welcome to yet another edition of DXB Today. Hope you've had a lovely day, settling in for a very pleasant evening in the company of the DXB Today team. So what are we discussing today? We've got a whole host of guests waiting patiently in the wings to talk all things content. Yeah, I know, we're all content creators these days. We all hold our future in the palm of our hands. But how many of us are doing it right? And how many of us are actually monetizing that content? Hopefully, a few answers for your questions today. Here's what's coming up.
Nimi signs up for a visual journey with an internal nature-themed media exhibition down at the Arte Museum.
And we've got talented artist Jovta Bohmig joining us in the studio.
Jam-packed.
Jam-packed show, loads to look forward to, and as we've just teased there as well, guess who's back? Yes, Mesa returns to the fold. It's been far too long, but it's a warm welcome back onto the new sofas down here at DXB Today. Thanks very much indeed for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I'm really excited to be back.
Good to have you on board, and it's good to have somebody who can add so much to the conversation today. Would you deem yourself a content creator?
I would say so, and I've worked with a lot of content creators myself, so I kind of know behind the scenes of what they're working on and how hard it is to actually work and create something that you can monetize.
There's a reason I asked this question of you first, because when we posed the question to our friend and dear colleague over there, I think we both know what the answer is. I mean, is there a moment that she's not on her phone?
Yeah, no, not really. Although weirdly, I don't content create anywhere near as much as a lot of people. I wish I had the time and energy to do so, because people who do, create content and monetize it and earn money from it, they work non-stop every minute of the day. If I could earn money creating content of just me and my cats, I'd be a millionaire. So
what do we want? What do we want from today's show? What sort of answers are we looking for here? I mean, one thing I'm trying to work towards is whether there is a generation game at play here. I look at my kids. All my kids are teenagers now, a couple of flying the nest, etc. They are digital natives. They've grown up with content. They've created content creation. And they do it a lot better and a lot more naturally than old fuddy-duddy does here.
But not necessarily, right? So I am in what's called the Spice Girls generation. You know, I grew up without social media and the internet, and now I'm in it and kind of have to be in it. But you look at your TikToks and your Instagrams, there are people that are so much older, lawyers and teachers, and doing some really serious content. It's not just about dances, although I'd love to see it.
Yeah.
Which Spice Girl would you be?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm Sporty Spice.
Okay,
I'm a Liverpool fan.
Here. We've got Posh here as well. I've just seen the label, actually. So quite right too, eh?
I'm actually more of a baby Spice.
Oh, right, okay.
I even had the doll to prove it, but...
Tom, what spice? Okay, no, enough of that.
But I think that what we want to know more about today is the challenges that these content creators face when they monetize it, because this is their whole brand and their life, and that's what we need to know, because there's so many topics out there right now, and we want to know what topic actually gets to the right audience and gets you the right viewership to actually make money out of it.
Yeah, and what earns the most.
Exactly, that's it. Before we delve into the topics more, let's find out who our guest co-host is for today.
Hi, my name is Carl Mapstone. I'm the co-founder and head of Vamp Middle East. I'm so excited to co-host tonight, so let's get to it.
Carl seems very excited, and we cannot wait for him to be here in a little bit. But first of all, what are we doing today? Well, Nimi checked out some of the city's natural landscapes and cultural backgrounds at the Arte Museum, fusing art and technology for an immersive experience. Take a look.
Today I am at the stunning Arte Museum in the heart of Dubai Mall, where people are coming in their droves to come and experience immersive art. Joined by Danny Samaha, who is the general manager of Arte Museum right here in Dubai Mall. Danny, thank you for having us here today. Talk to me about the Arte Museum. How did it come about?
Well, we started in Jeju in South Korea back in 2004, and we had great success in that film. Then now we're in Dubai.
Tell me more about the themes that people can experience here.
Well, we have 14 different experiences in here. So we start with the wave. Is a beautiful, great way that, like it was fashion at the entrance. I mean, this is the first experience that you will have.
Yeah.
Then you go on to the flower. Now, at each experience, you will have the scent that is designed for that area. And then the sound is designed as well. So we just surround you with all the feelings that you need to immerse yourself in that. And as well, we have a small area for the piano. And then from there, we go to my favorite, which is the waterfall.
Yes. So this isn't just a visual or sensory experience, but there is also a taste element here at the Art Museum as well. Talk to me about the tea bar.
The tea bar is designed, in a very careful way to give you a nice, let's say, taste of what we offer drinks. Now, all our drinks is called tea bar. We offer meat-based drinks. There is a beautiful projection of flowers that you will see. It will be projected on the drink itself.
I cannot wait. And one thing I know about this place is it's also an educational experience as well. Tell me about that, because there is also things for people to learn here as they move along the museum.
So we have an area called Garden, one of the 14 different experiences. So we have there something called the Lights of Dubai that we created recently, and then we are expanding this to get much longer. It's beautiful, show you Dubai, the creation of Dubai, and then in a beautiful way.
And lastly, I have to ask you, why Dubai? Why did you choose to open in Dubai?
Dubai is, as you know, is the vibrant city. It's just the life, is in the heart of the Middle East, I can call it. Not only in UAE, the Middle East. So nothing better than Dubai Mall as well, in the heart of Dubai. And just to have this beautiful experience, to be given to the people here in UAE.
Amazing. Well, I cannot wait to experience it. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you. Now that I've experienced it, I can only tell you how much you need to come and check it out for yourself. Family, friends, from kids all the way through to adults, come and experience it for yourself. It truly is the future of arts.
Very own Nimi there, getting very reflective and very immersed in all things art and technology as the two fuse. I don't know where I've gone with that one, but there we go. Let's talk tech, shall we? As we meet our guest co-host today, founder, driving innovation and success in the influencer marketing space for leading global brands right here in the Middle East. Trailblazer, no less, in the digital landscape. Please welcome to DXB today. It is, of course, Carl Mapstone. Carl, good to have you on board. Thanks so much indeed for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
So there you were, listening to us three not know-it-alls, sort of bang on about the digital landscape out there. So many opportunities, so many platforms, so many different channels for people to choose from as well. Is one of the common mistakes that people sort of get into this gig thinking, okay, this time next year, Rodney, I'm going to be a billionaire?
You are spot on.
Yeah,
absolutely. I think the creators that we see that are very, very successful are the ones that start out loving creating content around, a certain hobby that they have.
Yeah.
They're not necessarily focused on becoming an influencer and making lots of money. That evolves over time, but yeah, they get into it because they want to showcase to the world and to their audience the content that they can create. And naturally that comes with brands starting to knock on their door when they're creating and gaining a large following.
Yeah.
I'm interested to know more about Vamp itself.
Yep.
I mean, first and foremost, for those that are watching that don't know, what does Vamp do? But how did you even get into this space in the first place?
Yeah, so essentially Vamp is a platform that connects influencers and content creators all over the world with global brands. So we are essentially the meat in the sandwich, and we manage that interaction. So, contracts, content, brief, invoicing, reporting, all of that, we sort of sit in the middle. And yeah, we have about 50,000 influencers across the world that we essentially connect with different brands. So yeah, we got into it in the early stages. We were very lucky to identify that there was these people that were creating beautiful content, but they weren't necessarily gaining this traction on social media because they were a sports star or a musician or a big celebrity. They just created amazing content. So we wanted to build a platform to connect those people with brands so they could monetize their content. So that's sort of how it all evolved.
And what type of content do you see these content creators creating on these platforms that actually help them monetize on it and make them into their careers?
Yeah. So, I mean, in the early days of Instagram, it was very much still imagery, but that's changed a lot. Now it's all about short form video. So, you know, when TikTok really became a big player in the social platforms, that really changed. So now you have the Instagram Reels, obviously TikTok, YouTube Shorts. So that's been a really big transition for influencers as well, right? Because they've always created still imagery content, and that's what brands have always wanted, but that's shifted now. So really it's all about influencers and content creators honing their skills around producing beautiful video content, and that's where we're seeing that success.
I'm confused. I'm confused from Karama over here, because on the one hand I'm told that attention spans are getting shorter and therefore content needs to be shorter, it needs to be snappier.
Yep.
And at the same time, podcasts are getting longer and longer and longer. So content, I'm sure, comes in all different sizes and shapes.
Yeah.
But I suppose, is it just finding what's right for you or not?
I think so.
All right.
Yeah, I think so. For us, when we're always asked those types of questions, it's just about finding your niche, finding what you're going to enjoy. Again, don't focus on the money side of things. Like really focus on what's going to work from you in a content creation aspect, and how are you going to project that to the world.
What do you think in terms of challenges then? Because certainly a lot of people on the outside think it's so easy, all they're doing is filming on their phone and earning money, but these influencers, do they face challenges?
Oh, big time. Yeah, you're spot on.
Okay.
It's very time consuming to create great content. And I think there is a little bit of a misconception for influencers that, you know, they wave their phone around and create a 30-second video and post it and they're getting paid all this money, but it's simply not true. There is hours and hours and days spent creating, you know, a small snippet that goes on their social channels, but we obviously don't see that. And a lot of the influencers and creators that we work with still hold down a 9-to-5 job, right? So they're doing this in the mornings before work and after work on the weekends. So, you know, they make a lot of sacrifices. So I mean, and the other challenges that we see is it's very competitive. So there was a report that came out last year that said that 57% of Gen Z want to become an influencer. So when you think about it that way, there's a lot of people that want to you know, get big on social
Whole lot of cat
media.
videos, isn't it, eh, Katie?
I'm in. I'm ready.
Or not.
Thanks for coming to my channel. Here's my cat.
Yeah, but that goes back to, you know, identifying your niche, what you're passionate about, and being able to stand out from the rest so that, you know, people want to press that follow button or they want to hit that subscribe button. So
And building that audience.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So as you said, a lot of people want to be influencers nowadays. So for those aspiring influencers or content creators, what advice would you give them?
Yeah, I think, again, don't focus on the money side of things, but really hone your skills in video creation and editing skills. There's a lot of amazing apps out there that can assist with that editing functionality. And just, learning lots and lots. That's what I would recommend.
Thank you so much, Carl. And coming up, we find out how to monetize your passion the right way with the founder of Last Minute Productions. Stay with us.